Hey guys, welcome to another video. So for quite a while now I have been wanting to put some fog lights in, but I can't justify some of these high-end lights. I mean, you're talking about $600, $1,200 to put 6 pods in. Now it's one thing if you're an off-road guy, I can totally understand that. You know, I'm in Virginia, there really isn't that much off-roading going on, and honestly I like the looks of them more than anything. Yeah, a little extra light would be awesome, but I'm not going to spend that kind of money at this point in time. And there's of course two schools on that. Hey, you spend so much on the truck, why are you going to cheap out on the lights? And on the other side, you have spent so much on the truck, and is it really necessary to spend that much more on the lights? You know, I'm kind of in the middle there. I'm going to try out some of these cheaper Amazon lights, and I'm going to let you guys know how they are. Now, I've already ordered some, and in fact, I've already put 2 in. So let's take a look here real quick. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am going to put, as you can see on the inside already, those are spotlights. So the spots are going in the middle. I'm sorry, on the inside. In the middle, I'm going to put a SAE approved driving light. And then on the far outside, I am going to put floods. So those two have already been put in. I was waiting on the rest to come in through Amazon. Now I've gone with a few different brands, and I will list them. I will list them all in the details of the video. One thing I will say, when you get these, I mean, they're solid. Now these are the driving lights. They feel solid. You know, the heating fins are solid. Of course, the wiring, you're not getting a wiring harness, so that's one thing. Okay. You get an adjustable bracket, it's all stainless. What I do like to do is make sure all the screws are tight. I found some that are tight and some that are not so tight. So take a metric set of Allen wrenches, go through, tighten them up. The other thing I suggest is I took some silicone caulk, essentially, or some silicone adhesive, and I went around the inside where the lens meets the casing, and I just put a bead of silicone in there. I threw a bead in there, I wiped it with the finger, just to ensure that we have complete waterproof housing. Now I tried to go through and pick the ones on Amazon that had the best ratings. I tried to reach out to the customers and ask questions, and then I picked them accordingly. So we're going to kind of see how it goes. The ones I have installed already, I don't remember the brand. I can obviously look it up in my Amazon history. These are the outside floods, and these are a company OEDRO. And then for the driving lights, I don't know the brand either. You know, it doesn't say on the label, but I will get you that. In addition to this, I have been wanting to put some additional reverse lights. Now you can go to certain websites and pay $150 for a couple pods. You know, some 4-inch pods in the back that honestly I don't like the way they look. I found these on Amazon. These, let me show you the company here real quick. It's EEE Kit. And very affordable. I went with a very slim, now this bracket, I just put the bracket on. Very slim. And what we're going to do with these is hide these. I'm going to mount these from the bottom of my tow bar. So if you can see down here, a couple quick screws. Those are going to be real flush. There's obviously going to be lower pieces like the hitch, so they're going to be protected. There's going to be one on that side. These are 6 or 7 inch bars. I don't remember. I'll let you know again in the description. And then one over here. And then we're going to run these to one of the outrigger switches. So that's going to look real nice. They're going to be out of the way. They're not going to be in the way of anything tow related. Now I'm going to put them down here, I think. Maybe a little interference with the hook. You could mount them up here more. I could modify a bracket and actually mount them over here, which maybe I'll do down the road. But for now, I'm just trying to avoid this ground that's here. So I'm going to go right here. I'm not going to be a big tow person anyway. Now the ones that everyone else is selling, they're pods that kind of go here and then here. They don't look terrible, but honestly I don't like the way they look. These, you're barely going to know they're there, and the hope is that it's going to throw a nice beam of light down here and just help a little bit. Plus, if you're hooking up a trailer at night, it's going to throw a lot of light at you. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the full installation of these. So once I get the rest of them on, I am going to show you what they look like in the daytime, and then once again at night, projecting against the garage door. So hang in there, guys, and we'll be back in a snap. Okay, guys, welcome back. You have to excuse me if I look a little worn out. It's pretty hot, and I've been sweaty and miserable out here. It's so humid. It's really the humidity more than anything. But here's the final project. I didn't want to bore everybody with my installation of them. It's really not that difficult, especially once you have the bumper bracket to install. But so on the insides, closest to the inside, the center of the vehicle, those are the spots. So these are the spots, these are the driving lights, and then these would be the floods. I really like the way they came out. Very easy to wire up, especially with the auxiliary switches that are already pre-wired into the Raptor. Now, lining them up is a different thing. I think I've got them pretty well lined up. When it gets dark, I'm going to do it a little bit more, but the problem is once these things are mounted, in order to realign them, you essentially have to unmount them, you have to adjust the bracket and then mount them again. So hopefully we're pretty close, if not dead on. So to do this, I recommend one tool in particular, and it's this. It's to pull the tabs off of any standard these kind of tabs. So you want to lift the top part of it, and you can use a screwdriver for that part, really. But you work your way under there, you pop that, and then the whole tab comes out, and hopefully you don't break it. You can buy these at any hardware store, I'm sure. But what I did was, this whole cover comes off, and that just lifts up. So I was able to run the wires up underneath here. You can see I ran them under there, zip tied them. I ran them all through here, spliced them together, and then connected them to the appropriate wires. Which, if you guys aren't aware, my Raptor's an 18, so the book must have been printed for the 17, and then for some reason they changed the wiring. So the pre-printed part here is what they say the colors and switches should be. But what I wrote below that, and you might want to take a screenshot of that, is what they actually are for this vehicle. So auxiliary 1 on the 17 must have been the green-blue, but if you look what I wrote, it's actually the green-white. So the way I rigged mine up, the inside light, which is the spot, I put on switch 6. The driving light, I put on 5. The spot, I put on 4. Number 3 has already been used on mine, because if you've seen my previous videos, I put rock lights in. So they light up. I have an 8-pod rock light system. So they light up in each wheel well, and then I have a couple underneath the running board area. And I still have the reverse lights that I want to install. It's just the weather hasn't been cooperating, and those are going to go in the back, and I am going to put those on switch 2. So my only available switch after that is going to be switch 1. And my intention for switch 1 at this point is going to be for a behind the grill light bar. And honestly, I'm not sure if I want to do a 30-inch or so behind the front. The problem is, it's a little more involved to get back there. This cover comes off, but you still can't get behind the grill. There's more to take apart. Or maybe just an 18-inch down here. And that's probably all I really need. You know, I'm not doing any heavy off-duty, off-roading or anything like that. I like the looks of it more than anything. Yeah, there's some functionality. But for me, it's the look and the occasional functionality of it. And honestly, I think that would do it. Now, I really do like the idea of putting a winch in here. And I think it's Swerfworks has a bracket and everything with a nice winch, and you can put some pod lights in the front of that. If I do eventually go that route, then this light bar would come out if I put it here. and I would either relocate it up top, or like I said, I haven't decided yet. The other kind of neat thing, and put some comments down below, maybe it's corny, but I really wanted to put a train horn on here, and I'm running out of switches. You know, I've used all 6 after I put the light bar in, so I don't know. I'm obviously going to have to run another switch panel into the truck if I end up doing that. But we'll kind of see how it goes. The next big thing that I really want to get is some wheels. I have been looking at some wheels. The Plasti Dip has certainly been an improvement. I think it looks so much better than the factory look. But I still don't love it. I really love the Venom Rex wheels, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we're gonna put some wheels on next. Probably trying to keep the same tire size, to be honest with you. I don't want to be replacing the tires if I don't have to, but we're gonna see. I do think they have some 17s that would fit, and I can run the same rubber. So what I want to do now is I'm going to turn these lights on for you and kind of give you an idea during the daylight what they look like. You're not going to be too impressed, but I mean, maybe it will be. And then I'm going to come back out at night and shine them against the garage door here, give you an idea. It's always so hard to capture the true intensity of these lights, I think, on camera, especially these GoPros. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show you what we've got going on. So I'm going to start off here. Let's see. I'm going to start off by starting the truck and just putting them all on for you, and then we'll kind of go through them like that. One of my favorite things right there, in case you forget what you're driving, you've got the Ford Performance, baby. Oh yeah. Now, you know, tell me what you think about this. I like having the Ford, the big letters Ford on the front bumper, but you know, the big lettered Ford is on the tailgate. Wouldn't it have been cool if they had put, because they kind of look like the front grille there when it pops up with Raptor, if the front grille said Raptor on it instead of Ford? I don't know, maybe it's overkill. Let me know what you think about that. I think I'm going to send it to Ford and probably get some sort of credit for that when they change that over in 2020. But okay, anyway, from in here I am going to, so again, number 6 was the most inside lights, and those were my spotlights. And the reason for that is they're a little bit more obstructed by the bumper. So to avoid losing some of that flood capability, you put the spots in the middle. So, bam. Now, I don't know how well, again, you can see this, especially with my hood up. Let me go put the hood down. That's ridiculous. I can see underneath through here, but I don't think on camera you can get a good feel for that. So when you're working under the car and you're about to shut your hood afterwards, make sure you got everything tucked away. Oh, and if you're doing these, I found a nice spot to ground the wires here. You know, I spliced all 3 together and I grounded here, and then on this side I did the same thing right here. No need to go to the battery for a ground. And then, of course, the reds were the positive lines, the power lines. So I ran those all together and into the respective wire. Okay, so let's close this. Okay, so while we're out here, those are pretty bright. So what time is it now? I don't know. It's maybe 6, 7 o'clock here. So it's still sunny. We have a couple hours of sunlight left. Well, it's not sunny because we've got overcast and clouds, but if you can see, Nico, don't go in the car. He sees an open door, he thinks we're going somewhere. He's all wet and dirty. The last thing I want him to do is jump in the car. So pretty bright. Okay. Maybe I should close this garage door. So kind of see, you can kind of see where it's hitting. Yeah, especially if I go on and off. So that's off, that's on. Those are the inside spots. When I add the middle pods, these are the driving lights, kind of fills a little bit more of the gap. You can just kind of see a little bit more intensity, but remember, this is a driving light, so this one is not going to be as spot on. Look out, buddy. You are all dirty. Go get your ball. Here, go that ball. Oh, that was a bad throw, but it made it through the fence anyway. Okay. So now that's the driving light. You're not going to be able to tell any kind of difference on camera. Honestly, I'm not sure if I do. I do actually, a slight difference. And now switch, what is this, 4. This is the floodlight. Now you're going to see this a lot more, but that is covering a more dispersed area. It's kind of shooting out this way a little more. I'm going to open this up. Kind of give you a full view of that. I mean, they are bright. I mean, I'm being blinded just by kind of standing here. So they look great. We're going to see what kind of longevity they have until I do invest in maybe a better set of lights. But these things felt pretty spookum, pretty solid. All right, guys, it's not pitch black out, but I think it is dark enough where we're going to get a pretty good idea of what these lights look like now. So let me shut this garage door. That is the inside floodlight. So as you can see, pretty bright. So let me turn that off. Compare that with the headlights on. So let me turn the fogs off. So that's the headlights. That's with the spots. Turn the headlights off again. So spots, turn the spots off. This is a driving light. Driving light with the headlights. Driving light off. Flood, and now all 3. So the flood, the auxiliary driving light, and the spotlight, and the regular headlights, which you can barely see. The headlights kind of fill in a little bit in the middle, and then the high beams. So now look at all that light. It's just a complete bar of light. So high beams off, headlights off, spotlights off, driving light off, and that's just the flood. So let's put all 3 on, put the headlights off, and we'll come up here. And I know that's got to be just blinding in the camera, but it is a lot of light. There's really no good way. If you come on an angle a little bit. See, if I get too low, I'm getting right into the beam. But you can kind of get an idea if I move around a little bit. So, they look awesome. The truck looks awesome. I love this look. I love when you put just a parking light on. There we go. So a parking light with all my auxiliary lights. It's just a mean look. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I am going to put the reverse lights that I do on a separate video, just to kind of wrap this one up. So the only other additional thing I do have is the rock lights, which I think you guys have seen before. But we'll just kind of throw everything on here, including the headlights. So the rock lights lighten it up. Headlights with all the fogs. It's just super bright. And there's nothing to see in the back. So those rock lights are just such a simple thing, but I just love the way they look. Good deal. All right, thanks guys. Tune in for the next one. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I do appreciate it.